Okay, good morning. We're going to go through how much my electrical bill is going to be. This is going to be our demonstration on calculating power usage and what the power company goes by for determination, how they come up with what they come up with for the most part. So we're going to go from full slide here. Electricity is priced and sold by the kilowatt hour. So every hour you use 1,000 watts, that's 1 kilowatt. So 1,000 watts by the number of hours used, it's 1 kilowatt hour. So if you use 1,000 watts of electricity for 1 hour, you use 1 kilowatt hour. KWH will be the abbreviation for that. The price of a kilowatt hour is, we're going to use 8 cents per kilowatt hour for this one. It depends on your power supplier. It could be 10, 11, 12 cents. We're just going to use this as an example so you can look at that one and then kind of like go by how many kilowatt hours of electricity get used during the month. So you have, and the light bulbs now have become, we're talking about LED lights, CFLs that are using a lot less wattage. We're going to go with we got an example here, which is the incandescent bulb, 100 watts, which they're slowly being phased out. And you have to look at how much watt power they require to be on. We're going to say a 100 watt light bulb, 100 watt incandescent light bulb does use 100 watts every hour it's on. So if you have 10 100 watt light bulbs on for an hour, 10 times 100 means you use 1,000 watts. And 1,000 watts in that 1 hour is 1 kilowatt hour. So I take that 1 kilowatt hour times 8 cents, I've got 8 cents of electricity. And it sounds relatively inexpensive, but you're going to remember you got a lot of devices in your house, on each day times 30 days, and that's going to add up to the power bill that makes people scream. So how much does it cost? The example here is you have three 300 watt light bulbs. Each one's 300 watts on the outside of your house. Garage lights. You turn the lights on at 9 p.m. You turn them off the next morning at 7. How much does it cost to run the bulbs through the night? So you got to take this problem and figure out how many hours you have lights on and then how many watts of electricity are being used per hour. So how long does the lights run? 9 to 7 is a total of 10 hours total. How many total watts? You got 3 times 300 watts equals 900 watts of electricity being used per hour. So 900 times 10 is 9,000 watt hours. And 9,000 watt hours, electricity likes to, electrical company wants to put these into smaller forms. So we'll divide watts by 1,000 to equal kilowatts. So 9,000 divided by 1,000 is 9 kilowatt hours of electricity. So we could bring back our 8 cent example. Those 9 kilowatt hours times 8 cents is 72 cents is being charged for running those lights that night. Now you could take that times 30 days and say, all right, you got $21.60 in just those 3 lights. Okay, we haven't talked about anything else in the house that's on yet. A 5,000 watt clothes dryer. Let's talk about electric clothes dryer. 5,000 watts clothes dryer, that's your power rating, means that it's going to use 5,000 watts per hour when it's running. So it says this clothes dryer will dry a load of clothes in 1 hour. How much does it cost to dry the load of clothes? Well, it's going to take 5,000 watts to dry those clothes in 1 hour, and it's using 5,000 watts per hour. So 5,000 times 1 is 5,000 watt hours. And we got to change the kilowatt hours. This is what the power company charges you for. So 5,000 divided by 1,000 means you have 5 kilowatt hours of electricity being used. And each one of those kilowatt hours is 8 cents. So 5 times 8 is 0.40 on dollars here. We're going to show dollars as 0.40, 40 cents. So you're going to show, when we do the math here, 40 cents is equivalent to 0.40 on the dollar scale. This is what confuses a lot of students, is how we write this and how we read this. It's a 40 cent charge for the lights. All right, so let's go to the bigger scale. Football field has 36 bulbs rated at 500 watts each. Coach turns the lights on at 5 p.m., turns them off after the game at 10 p.m. How much does it cost to run the lights during the game? All right, so first of all, we figure out that basically we can go 2 routes here. They're going to go with the power rating first. 36 bulbs, each one's 500, so it's 18,000 total watts of power on each hour. Your lights are on for 5 hours, so 18,000 times 5 is 90,000 watt hours. 90,000 divided by 1,000 means 90 kilowatt hours. We got a typo down here, so don't worry about this. 900 doesn't belong there. 90 kilowatt hours at 8 cents is $7.20. So $7.20 to run the lights that one evening. Okay, that's the grand total, which is why some cases, before we had a lot of energy efficient lights, some schools went to day football because it was too much expense to run the lights at night for a Friday night football game. But with energy efficient lights we have nowadays, a lot of schools have gone back to Friday night, football, because of the power outage is not as, the power usage is not as much as it used to be under the old form of lights. All right, with that, we'd like to thank you very much. We'll go through some practice problems here on calculating how much power is being used, how many kilowatt hours are being used by the consumer, and how the power companies come up with some expenses here as far as how the power company is used for the different usages, and calculate some sample problems. Thank you.